What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mr. Straight Facts Show. I am Mr. Straight Facts. Let's get into it today. Today was the huge thing was a big dud. I mean, am I right? It was a big dud. We had Donald Trump, try his best to get away from the Epstein files. Still doing it, just doing wild shit. He out here meeting with Putin on American soil. I mean, how much of American, tradition does Donald Trump have to destroy? I mean, we looked like a strong country, but now we just straight bits. We capitulate to all these autocrats. We're the strong one we're supposed to be. Even though there's autocrats all over the place, nobody even cares about them as far as countries go. It's like, fuck Russia, fuck this, fuck that. America's the number one. That's what most people kind of deal with because they always come to our place. I remember there was once upon a time where in order for dictators or autocrats or shit like that to ever touch our soil, you know what I'm saying? It was like something just crazy. They wouldn't let it happen. It's like you always had to meet in some other place. Oslo, you had to meet some other place. You don't get the pleasure to be on our soil. It actually meant something. And with this fool, we open for business with everybody. With everybody. I see you, Demetrius. Mark D. Woke Mike, I see you. And just like Demetrius says, Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. That's all we need to talk about. Epstein, because that's what they want to get you away from. But I got to diss this man on this shit that he tried, though. I really do. He just was straight bitch on this one. From the moment this was all supposed to happen, it got rushed last minute. Donald Trump's guy goes, I think Witkoff or some of his last name. He goes to Russia, meets with Putin's people, and I think he also shook hands with Putin. They want to have a meeting. Now, first off, why in the hell are they having a meeting without Zelensky? I mean, isn't this Donald Trump's second time hanging out with this dude, or at least making an effort to try and get Putin to do what he says he's gonna do? Didn't he get thought he had a ceasefire for a minute, and then Putin just automatically started bombing the next day, even the same day, I believe, or something? So you're going back to the table from whence he treated you like a little bitch. And then this time around, you're asking him to come onto our soil to hang out and chat for what was supposed to be 6 hours, turned into 2 hours. You let him ride in the beast, the vehicle that we have for our president, while Vladimir Putin, rather. I'm sorry, Putin. Get his name, first name and all. Putin, he has a Russian vehicle there to take him to the spot. Donald Trump invites him into the American vehicle for our presidents and for our allies. Most of the people, and I don't know all of history since this vehicle was built, but the tradition is the only people who make it inside that vehicle are our allies. And that's rare too. And here we are, a guy who is literally the enemy of our country. Republicans used to know that. This is the enemy of our country. He wants us dead. He wants he wants to have Russia back to the way it was before Soviet Union. He blames us for that. In the past, this man has wished America death. Probably still does, but he wants to be able to get something done. So he lied when he was dealing with Hillary Clinton, tried to make her look like a fool. Her husband, Bill Clinton, lied to everybody else, lied to Obama, Clinton, Bush, all of them, just lied. And Donald Trump thinks, oh, I can get him. How? How you going to get a man that literally fucked over everybody in America that he has had to deal with? And here he is. Donald Trump is too stupid to recognize he got fucked over. He still thinks it's his little baby. Oh, it's my honey bunch. He likes me. Writes me a love letter too. I don't know if he wrote him a love letter, but he did say that about North Korea. Dictator. But I've always had a good relationship with him. How do you have a good relationship with a person that keeps fucking you over? That is the weirdest thing. Think about it in your lifetime where somebody kept effing you over and you kept going back to them. It was probably one of the worst relationships you ever had. And it's usually with a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, ex-husband type of thing. It ain't with somebody who was just your homie. You had an on again and off again relationship. It just sounds weird to me. That this man keeps giving somebody a chance that keeps on fucking him over and keep on saying, we're cool, we're cool. We don't care, bro. Get deals done or shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about you and him having a good relationship. It doesn't matter. You were going there for the wrong reasons, to be honest. If Zelensky wanted to be in this meeting, Zelensky should have been in it because he's our ally. You're going into the meeting with our enemy and treating our enemy with mad respect and our ally with disrespect. I saw throughout the news today people saying some of the dumbest things. MSNBC, a few other clips from other places, CNN. And they were making it seem like, oh, well, if he comes out with a deal with this, he might deserve the Peace Prize. The fuck if he does? I don't understand how you think that a man sitting down and talking to somebody who already has spoken to him and thought he had a ceasefire and didn't, said that he could do it in a minute, in a day, immediately, as soon as I become president. None of that shit happened. Every time he tried to make a deal with Putin, Putin slapped him in the face. And he would turn around, well, I thought I had a relationship with him. I don't know. And he just sounded like the abused child in a relationship, the abused wife or husband in a relationship. Well, I'm going to be really mean with him next time I see him. Then when he sees him, boy, if you don't, I'm going to show you what this fool looked like. It's a long video. We gotta talk through it, but it's a video of Putin on our soil getting the red carpet treatment. Do you know not a lot of our allies have received the red carpet treatment? This man gave him the red carpet treatment. You notice, I noticed something about this red carpet treatment was kind of crazy. I mean, maybe it don't mean anything to anybody else, but it meant something to me. Let's see what we got here. Now you see this video, or is it showing up? Yeah, there you go. When you see this, you're gonna trip. Now, while he's going down these steps, notice how his red carpet start right when he steps off the plane, off the little thing. Donald Trump is walking on the ground a good 75 feet before he gets to a red carpet. This guy's red carpet is from the time he steps off, and then it meets up with Donald Trump's red carpet. He got treated more royal than Donald Trump did. Red carpet from the moment. He never touched American soil right there. Touched the carpet. Donald Trump had to walk on our soil, you know, and scuff up his shoes and all that. This man got red carpet treatment, and he's an enemy to this country. We just have a dipshit that loves fucking dictators. Gets to his point and waits on them with his little bow-legged ass or knock-kneed ass. Just waits on them. And when you see them meet, look how simpish Trump is. Oh, look, he clapping for this fool. He clapped for him. What the fuck you clapping for, dipshit? And he walked like his back hurt. I hope he close to death. Look at him, bent over. Both of them old as shit. Should turn to dust. Look at him, slap him on the arm. Probably gave him a compliment. He's, oh, thank you, thank you. Look, he slap his hand again. Who does this shit? Tapping each other's hands, and I mean, you don't see leaders act like this. But the one getting treated like a king is Putin. Trump looks stupid. Decrepit fucks coming up here. Trump's thighs rubbing together, starting a fire. Yeah. So he treated this man like he deserved to be in this country. He really did not. Did not deserve to be here. Should have never been on our soil. If we had did what we were supposed to do. Look at him tapping him on the hand again. My man don't have no kind of love for Trump. Trump's all touchy-feely. My man is like, And then, like I said, there is a Russian vehicle. As a commercial came off of this. There is a Russian vehicle. We shouldn't have that. Oh, you didn't get a chance to see it. I didn't have it clipped up. But there's a Russian vehicle sitting there for him. I didn't have the video up, my bad. And this dude just seriously let him into the beast. I don't know if you probably saw it. If you didn't see it, I'm going to show it here in a second. I think it cuts out. That's all right. But yeah, this man allowed him on our soil. I don't see how MAGA think this man is strong. I really don't. You got a man that doesn't care about America's like traditions. And I'm like, okay, if you don't care about our traditions and our rules, then what the hell is he gonna make up? I mean, like, where are the rules coming from? We all just gonna go ruleless? It's crazy how they want everybody in the country to abide by the law while our leader breaks it left and right. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe somebody else can explain that shit to me. Right, B Money? None of this. Like you said, all this shit was a waste of nothing and value, nothing of value created for that meeting. Nothing of value was created. Nothing. It was all a ruse. Stop talking about Epstein. We know that that's all he was caring about. Epstein was it. As long as you stop talking about Epstein, I'm good. Well, That's not how it goes down here. We're going to talk about Epstein. Because here's the thing. This is the real news right here. There's so much that has come out. There is a lady who's come out and spoke about the things that Donald Trump did. And she even said in her conversation, her interview, I'm guessing it was something that was given, for a case, a deposition. And she talked about him. I got to get that video. I'll try to have it next week. She talked about how Donald Trump was an Epstein, and that Donald Trump, you guys think he's like mean in person. She said, you don't know the depths of this man's evil. This right here, you see him, everybody's like, oh, that's kind of mean. That ain't nothing. That's like the soft Trump. He's worse than that behind scenes. And we've all known it. Throwing ketchup on the wall, firing people, beating up his wife and shit. Vindictive, buries his wife, his ex-wife on a golf course to save money. Who does this shit? Evil people do this shit. And that's why they love him. Because Donald Trump is evil. They want Donald Trump to be evil to everybody. Because they can't do it. They're a bunch of wussies, so they want this dude to be their savior. They can't get away with it. So they got this one white dude that'll say anything. So they're excited to have him out there saying some of the most dumbest shit on the planet. But that's who it is. Epstein. They don't let this woman leave a major prison and go to Club Fed. And I'm like, and I don't know the other parts. I've been looking it up, and I done heard it about her being able to go on work release or some shit like that, to the same type of deal that Epstein had the first time he got caught. I haven't seen it anywhere outside of on social media. I haven't seen it any news covering that, and I haven't done any deep dive. But I know that that's the thing that's being said. But what I do know to be true is that she's in this minimum security prison, and I also know they won't let this woman touch a dog because they worried that she's gonna do something to it because it's vulnerable. They literally won't let her play with a dog because they know what kind of animal she is. But you're gonna let her out into a prison. And I also heard that many of the prisoners in this minimum prison are worried about her and making complaints about why is she here. We're not that type of criminal. I mean, we stole money from people. This bitch hurt people. We don't want her here. Complaints being made. That's crazy. You go to prison and somebody's like, we don't want her here. She's too deep of a criminal. Yeah, Jen, I heard the same thing about this work release thing, but I haven't seen it happen yet. I just heard it. So that's just, again, like I said, I'll tell you facts, but I also tell you things I heard. Grain of salt. It's not a fact yet that I've seen. Just heard about it. But Epstein. That's what they should stay on, because Donald Trump is just flailing all over the place. All over the place. And if you're in this picture, you're a part of it. Donald Trump's a part of it. Melania is a part of it. One of them's dead and the other one's in prison. But the other two who have parts in it are still out. They made the president. I give Trump this. He suckered the shit out of these people. He simped the fuck out of them. These people are so out of their gore. They literally thought that this was a good human being. That somehow Jesus was in him. Paula White said he was like the second coming of some bullshit. These people literally think that this man has any ounce of God in him or Jesus. Been accused of some of the most egregious things. Been convicted of what a judge says, raping E. Jean Carroll. And somehow he, without repentance, not saying he's sorry, nothing, never asked God for forgiveness, he said. All that. And somehow it's okay. Yeah, that's a special type of crazy. All that. They think it's because it's owning us. It ain't owning me. You owning yourself. When this man dies, and he is going to die, because he old as fuck right now. Nobody lives forever. What they going to cling on to? What are they going to cling on to? They're going to be the most lost group of people. I mean, they're going to realize how sheepish they are because there's nobody to cling on to. There's no leader. No dear leader. There's no guidance. They don't believe nothing. They're going to have to follow the Heritage Foundation. Try and make one of them the president. Ain't nobody following the vice president. J.D. Vance, couch boy, come on. Ain't nobody going to follow that. So I don't know who their new savior is going to be. They're going to probably try and keep it in the Trump family. Try and get one of the family members to do it. Like the son or some shit. It's crazy. So he gives this man red carpet treatment. They go in, they're supposed to be speaking for 6 hours, Trump and Putin. And then when they come out, everybody's excited. Oh, they're going to say something. Hopefully they got something, because all day they've been talking about if, Republicans and Democrats and people on the news and shit, if he comes out with a meeting, he probably deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. No, the fuck he does not. Oh, and our sister Joy Reid, I saw her video. Donald Trump wants this Nobel Peace Prize so bad, he's bribing them to get one. Oslo was, I think, is where it's at, Norway. Says he's going to raise their tariffs if they don't give him one. He's been asking the people over there, the leaders, to make sure that he can get one. Bribing them, holding tariffs over their heads to get a Nobel Peace Prize. I want you to know, Oslo, Norway, the head of Nobel Peace Prize, your shit goes from like being cherished to trash the moment you let somebody tell you that they deserve one and they get one. These things are honored because people actually can't just ask for them. They have to have other people send in letters and recommendations to your committee. And your committee determines who gets what based on the validity of the things that they've done. And it's supposed to be about changing people's lives and making their lives better. Not about, just, they did some things. All over the country, people have done some things. But measured by the people who received them, that we know of, nobody's asked for them. They were granted them. Many shocked, like, oh, wow, thank you. I didn't even know it was going to happen. Obama didn't know. Others didn't know. They were thankful, but they didn't know. Donald Trump wants it because a black man got it. And he's pissed off that black man got it without begging for it. It's crazy how Donald Trump really thinks if they give him one because he begged for one, that he actually deserved one and lives on the same level as President Obama. Nah, bruh. You can have one all you want, but you didn't get it because you deserved it. You got it because you begged, pleaded, got on your knees, sucked a few things, and then tried to bribe people. That's not getting it. No, not at all. And I can tell if they ever see this. I doubt they will. The Nobel Peace Prize will go to the Nobel Peace trash if he gets one. He ain't done shit for it. All while he's talking about he's solving things. I'm like, what did you do to solve it? What did you do? Did you make a phone call? What did you do? We don't have anything about him doing anything. There is no information. Excuse me. There is no information of him doing anything. You made a phone call. These people have been going at it for decades. You think a phone call is going to be something that they change? Get out of here with that shit. Got Scott Jennings on CNN talking about, oh, he did this, he did that, he's got a lot of things. No, he does not. None of these things have been solved that he's talking about. All of these things is something that Donald Trump claimed he had solved, and these countries themselves are like, nah, we ain't. One of them's like, we don't even know what he's talking about. We ain't had no real like substantive talks with this man. How's he claiming something that isn't even his? They don't care, bro. They claim shit they ain't never had nothing to do with to try and get something they know they don't deserve. I don't understand it. There must be a ripcord or something in the government to get rid of presidents who are trash. This man's a trash president. He should not make his full term. He should be gone. There's no way in hell that this disrupting democracy, destroying America, and the majority of us can't stand it, but we got to sit with it. It's painful, y'all. It's painful. I don't care. I mean, if you had a president that is making rules, not even rules, but going through the system and passing things through voting and all stuff like that and going through it is what it is. But this man knows he can't get half the shit he wants to get done if he goes through Congress the way he's supposed to go to it. So Congress has capitulated to allow him, to give him the powers, because we're operating under emergency, ladies and gentlemen. What is the emergency? The emergency is him. He is the one that's destroying this country. He's the one that's making this country get into like an emergency. The emergency is we need to get rid of this cancer. We need to throw some chemo on it. And the way we solve it is we get rid of it. And he out here acting like the cancer ain't him. It is. The problems this country has right now would not be exacerbated without him. We could solve it. Why is it that we fell at peace, or we felt at peace with Joe Biden? The only thing that they have problems with, right, is you have problems, people are upset with what was going on in Israel. And that's understandable. But just like the 92% said, and the 80-something or whatever percent of black men said, and the other higher percentage of white people, 50, 60%, it's not going to change, bro. This country is in bed with Israel. We allowed Israel to do it the first time, to kill off a lot of Palestinians and take their land. We were a part of that. We're not clean. We're dirty in that situation. And seeing as how that happened, we gained more power because we allowed the Jewish people to take that over. We are their enemy too. We did the same shit to them. Without us, the Jewish people, Israel would have never came about, and they wouldn't have kicked the Palestinians out. We are a part of it. So how do you think that either Joe Biden or Donald Trump is going to stop doing what our country is known for doing? Learn your history. That shit ain't going to stop unless we get into the war and we beat down Israel and said, look, you going to do this shit or not? You understand? We provide you with the shit. Now we getting tired of it. We done been your big brother this fucking entire time. And if you don't act right, we just gonna take the shit back and we're gonna give it to him, and you're gonna have to fight us to get it the fuck back. Now what? We're tired of the fucking games. Grow the fuck up already. We helped you get it. We're going to take this shit away from you. If we did that, that's the only way that we'll end up letting the Palestinians have their country back to a certain part, and we make it a two-party state. We'd force it. We're the ones who allowed them to get the land to begin with. We could take it the fuck back. That's how you can solve the problem. But are they going to do that? Fuck no. So what are you complaining about if there's only one option that America's never going to take? You got to find another solution. We got to find another solution. So you're blaming Biden for it, Kamala for it, and you try to act like Trump ain't got nothing to do with it. He made it even worse. It's bigger than what people think. But as far as on American soil, we didn't have that many problems at all with Biden. We had inflation, and that was going down because of the things they implemented. Right now, people would have $25,000, $50,000 in their pocket to buy a home, to start a business, not having to pay it back. Wasn't no loan. It was actually money given to you, pretty much a subsidy like they do to billionaires. And instead of having that and probably having a prosperous country, we would have never had these tariffs put on us. We would have had our shit just going up and up and up and up and up. But instead, havoc, hell, destruction, all of that, just because you chose one fucker. That dude fucks it all up. And they sit around acting like, well, he lets us say the N-word and we get away with it. I mean, come on. That's better than having, prosperous, a great economy. I mean, I could pay a little bit more for bacon if I can go out and cut somebody out and call them racist terms and get away with it. Right? Because you got to be honest. That's what they really wanted. What else you got? The man never promised you shit else. I'm going to solve this in a minute. I'm going to solve that in a minute. He couldn't solve even running a casino 6 times. You think you would have learned after the first loss, the first bankruptcy, what not to do? After the second one, you think you'd be like, wait a minute. I should know exactly what not to do this time. Hire the right people. Third time. It's like, dude, you don't know how to run these things, bro. You might want to cool off. You might want to get into something else, like horse racing or something. No, failed. 5th one. You just might as well just assign that and went straight to bankruptcy just the next day. Why try? You suck at it. And just like running the country, he sucks at it. He couldn't manage COVID. He can't manage measles right now. He can't even run the country right. We are weaker because of this man. And you see what Putin did to him. He is Putin's puppet and got punked today. It's just insane. That strength, anybody can be mean, but strength is really something that a person has where they can make shit happen. They can make deals. They can leverage. Donald Trump has none of those things. I would venture to say President Obama is light years better. When President Obama, it's crazy. When President Obama was president and Putin shook his hand, you had the side picture of President Obama shaking his hand, looking at him and looking down on him. Like, hey, little man. President Obama looked royal, looked regal. Looked like he was punking the fuck out of him just in a picture. Looking down on him like, No smiles, no like, no slapping of the hands. Nah, shake your hand, little motherfucker. We don't like you. You don't like me. What up? That's the way he looked at that man. The right fucking way. Mano a mano. You saw a man and a man. But just in the picture alone, you saw a man and a little fucking man. Little bitch. Trying to be somebody. Trying to be in groups with everybody. Because they kicked him out of shit. Man, little bitch. You see Donald Trump taller than Putin, but he played straight bitch. When they stood right next to each other, you could tell which one was the bitch and which one was the man. It sure as fucking wasn't Donald Trump being the man. Touchy-feely and smiling and, hey, he's coming. The fuck was that? I've never seen nothing like that as a leader. No dignity, no respect for himself. Just clapping like a little child. I'm like, ooh, that's our leader. That's MAGA's leader. Y'all sure know how to pick them. White dudes that want to feel superior but act super inferior. Putin looked like his back was hurting. Got that little limp. He was walking like a little gnome and shit. He was hurting. He was hurting. I'm saying, like, even when him hurting, he looked stronger than Donald Trump. Just insane, y'all. Just insane. I say it again. Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. There's no reason this man should be president. He shouldn't even be president of a meatpacking company, let alone of the country. I still can't get over he's on our soil. It's like a total disrespect to the American culture, American like strength. We got men and women out here that have been on battlefields, that fought for this country, and you sit here and watch this man like show the weakness that our military men and women never show. It goes to show you why Donald Trump was Mr. Bone Spurs. Because had he went to war, he probably would have been a betrayer and been on the other side fighting and harming us. He probably would have played both sides. Which one's winning? Oh, okay. I'll leave America and fight for the other team. I don't trust him. None whatsoever. There's no reason to trust him. He lies about everything. Never tells the truth. Even when he don't have to lie about shit, he still lies. Because that's all he knows how to do. They had a talk 12 minutes after this meeting. And like Demetrius said earlier, zero came out of this shit that we know of at this moment. But we're going to listen in on what they had to say and get it set up. And it's just something that you'd be like, I don't believe, I just can't believe that this man decided to bring this guy on our soil. I hope the audio's up. Doesn't look like I have access to it for some reason, but let's go ahead and listen to it. Hopefully it pops up.
Завершение конфликта на Украине. Благодарю вас за внимание.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. It was very profound, and I will say that I believe we had a very productive meeting. There were many, many points that we agreed on. Most of them, I would say, a couple of big ones that we haven't quite gotten there, but we've made some headway.
Big ones.
There's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate, and I'll of course call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's ultimately up to them. They're going to have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who have come here, Scott and John Radcliffe. Thank you very much. But we have some of our really great leaders. They've been doing a phenomenal job. We also have some tremendous Russian business representatives here, and I think everybody wants to deal with us. We've become the hottest country anywhere in the world in a very short period of time, and
So just listening to Donald Trump and that everybody thinks that we're the hottest country in the world. They had some businessmen come here. Donald Trump, this meeting was him trying to get money out of Putin. It's just my guess. Because remember, every time Donald Trump talks about, people want a piece of this hot country, it's all about somebody giving us money. He said that when that dude, and I think it was Saudi Arabia, when they gave him that plane, when all these other countries capitulated to him and start sending him money for something or whatever it may be, he always says that it's a hot country and people want to deal with us. After he said some business people came. Now, this wasn't supposed to be a business meeting. This wasn't supposed to be about America and Russia. This was supposed to be about Russia and Ukraine. So he got business people from Russia coming here for what? They're making deals. Now, what deals were on the agenda for America? I mean, because usually they have like some kind of itinerary of the things they're going to talk about, and they're secretive about this. The American people deserve to know. And whatever notes they got is owed to America. Let's see if they ever turn up. We should know what this is about. Now, I want to take it back just a little bit, not the video, but just talk to you guys for a second. If you live long enough in this country to see enough presidential, meetings and meet and greets and all this other stuff and summits, you would know how this usually goes down. What usually goes down is that, because he was mentioning all his men and people, whether he mentioned a bunch of men's names, Marco Rubio and the rest, he said, now it's up to them. You got to hold up and think for a second. When these meetings usually occur, it's already predetermined. Those men already know and have worked out things to the point where the two principals come together on the fact of their quote unquote minions have worked it out. And they are there to validate said workout. They don't come and just make shit up on the fly and then have their people handle it. That's not how it goes down. Never has it gone down that way. It's only gone down this way with Donald Trump coming in and saying we know nothing. We don't know anything. We just come in and talk to each other. It could work out. 25% it could not. But this meeting was guys that's trying to help out Ukraine and Russia make some kind of peace. Why do business people need to be there? They didn't. This is all government people. What business people did we have there to speak to those business people? And why are business people from Russia or anything like that in a presidential meeting? There should only be the president, Putin, Donald Trump, and the only other people in the room should be the people who are translating and the person taking notes whom they've got on both sides. No additional people should know about their business, the government shit business. You talking about business people, that would be something totally different. So why are business people just random in Russia? More than likely oligarchs. He's in here talking to oligarchs. For what? We ain't trying to buy property in Russia. At least we don't know nothing about that. That wasn't on the agenda. It's always something with this dude. Always something devious. Always something under his hat. He's always tricking people, grifting people. I promise you, he's trying to get money from this guy so that he can try his best to get everybody to start taking some of these sanctions off of Russia. You pay me, I'll get rid of a sanction. You pay me, I'll get rid of that sanction. I can do it. You pay me. Because if you listen to Putin speak Putin is talking about how close America is, at least Alaska, a part of America, is to Russia. He called us like friendly neighbors based upon how he's connected with Trump. And then he threw a little dig in on Biden by saying the previous person there, we could have avoided this war. How? You've been doing this shit since forever. Under Obama, you took what, Crimea? You tried to get Russia before, when Obama was in, the end of Obama, beginning of Donald Trump. So I'm trying, or at least around the time of Donald Trump transition. So I'm trying to figure out how Donald Trump could have stopped you when you were doing it when Donald Trump was president. Remember when he was trying to get weapons from us to fight you under Donald Trump? He is the one that went to Zelensky and said, hey, could you find something on Biden? You guys were already at war at that time. That's because he had our weapons and Donald Trump was holding our weapons ransom to fight Russia. So what the fuck is he talking about? That if it wasn't for Biden, this war never would have started. That shit don't even make sense. Biden wasn't in office yet. The war started before Biden came in. We were giving weapons to Ukraine. And Trump was trying to trick Ukraine into getting something on them so when the election happened, he could blame Biden for being some kind of criminal too. And Zelensky would not do it. And Trump held on to the weapons in which we were supposed to give him for the war in which we were dealing with Russia. So how in the hell did Putin say today that the war would not have started, just like Donald Trump said? It could have ended with Biden if he had it would have never started if Biden would have did what he did. That shit didn't make any sense. That right there was a response to one man and one man only, Trump, because he was saying that lie. That war was happening when Biden got into office. So how could Biden stop something that was already started? It makes no sense, yo. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. So he continues on.
We look forward to that. We look forward to dealing. We're going to try and get this over with. We really made some great progress today. I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many tough meetings, good meetings. We were interfered with by the Russia hoax that made.
Yeah. This man just said, interfered with the Russia hoax. It's already been proven that Russia interfered with our elections. They just couldn't change votes. But they got into computer systems. They hacked into a lot of shit. And they put in a lot of millions upon millions of dollars spending propaganda. So much so that Donald Trump is president because a lot of people believed in the bullshit that Russia put out there. All those farms they was putting out there, sending out all these lies to these Republicans. And he calls it still a hoax. Our intelligence figured it the fuck out, bruh. What good is it to have an intelligence group that's keeping America safe that doesn't work for the American people? You really think that our intelligence is trying to sabotage our safety by lying about Putin? And that Putin has our best interest and would tell us 100% the truth. That's what this dipshit believes. You remember, was it 2018? That's what he's talking about. Russia hoax. This man was asked about Putin actually messing with our elections. Our intelligence said that he was doing that. He was putting all these email campaigns and all that. It was going through, a lot of it's going through Facebook, and we already had records from Facebook receiving money from Russians, and they knew it. That's why they came to the house and was admonished and had to pay all this money, because they allowed that shit to go through. And that's why all the regulations went up. And then once Trump came in, what happened? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg saying, we're not going to do that anymore. We just made this announcement that we're no longer going to be policing what people were saying or whatever the hell he was saying. He totally flipped on it because he didn't have to do it no more. Trump was president. Allowed him to be able to take money from Russians and put out propaganda all day, every day. Make that money again. It's all a cycle of bullshit. They keep on. I don't understand how these people are destroying their own country for money. What good is money if the country destroys itself and you can't use it? What good is money that you do some things that fucks up this country and our dollar decreases? Your dollar is worth less. I'm trying to figure out why destroying your own country is a plus. Does he hate America so bad because they gave him 34 felonies and the laws and all that he's willing to destroy the country? Now, if he's going to destroy the country, turn it into a dictatorship, him being autocrat, how is that going to help him with Putin and all these other people? They got his number. Dude, I'm telling you, I just don't get how people don't see that this man is a grifter and a piece of shit human. It's just insane. The shit he says.
A little bit tougher to deal with, but he understood it. I think he's probably seen things like that during the course of his career. He's seen it all. But we had to put up with the Russia hoax. He knew it was a hoax, and I knew it was a hoax. But
again,
what was done was
Russia.
very criminal. But it made it harder for us to deal as a country in terms of the business and all of the things that we'd like to have dealt with. But we'll have a good chance when this is over. So just to put it very quickly, I'm going to start making a few phone calls and tell them what happened. But we had an extremely productive meeting. And
just give me a second. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around this man. Just he called Russia a hoax. We all know it's true if we've done any homework and read anything. It's true what they said. I want you to just take a quick second, because that's like I said, I want to look through people's minds as opposed to just seeing it on the outside, looking in. Like him saying that, trying to exonerate himself, is all he's trying to do. Trying to, in the eyes of other people, he's trying to exonerate himself in the most possible way with his people by being next to this Putin dude, and saying that by validating Putin and himself. Putin knows the truth. Putin knows he did it. So think about what Putin has. See, when you lie, right, and the other person knows you're lying, and that means the other person has leverage over you. You can continue saying that lie and they'll agree. But in order for him to keep this power the way he wants it, Putin has to keep agreeing with him. If Putin came out with audio saying that your president just went back there and slobbed my knob, and here's the video, how is he going to defeat that? He's got leverage on this man. Whatever Putin wants, Putin got. That kind of gives you the visual that there is something that Putin has on this man. There is no way he is capitulating like this. He does this to no one. Our generals who have fought and saved some of our kids' lives and our lives, he treats like shit. The people who have fought and died for this country, he calls them, stupid. Calls them, and military people who have been captured, he doesn't respect them because they got captured. Yet you give all this respect to a man that has done nothing for America. Nothing. And the people who have been loyal to this country, to him even, he ain't got nothing but smoke for them. No love whatsoever. He won't say a cross word to Putin. He must have something on him, because there's no way. There's no way. Why only the dictators this dude has nothing to say to? Nothing. Has no words to say with them. He always has words of like affection for them. And like, are you for them or are you for America? Because if you're not for America, all I got to say is this. If there's any evidence that Donald Trump is like a Russian agent or a person who puts Russia above America from the way he seems and the way he sounds, he does. He's always saying Russia's right and America's wrong. And when they talk about he's a killer, he's like, well, we've killed too. He always justifies what a dictator does. I'm just saying, MAGA, when you finally find out that this dude is a Judas, you need to take him out. You need to have this man court-martialed. You need to take him out. Those gallows, that's not for Pence. It's for Trump. Because once you find out he really is a traitor to this country, which I believe he is, you have no other thing but to do that, right? Because he was the one who lied to you. He's the one that destroyed the country for you. He's the one that's sitting here destroying America all over the world. You think it's strength. What kind of strength? These people are like, something's wrong with him. They ain't even want to deal with him. So strong that he should have had 90 deals by now, 200 deals by now. It's a crazy number. Well, we don't even have 200 countries, 100 and something, 190, whatever it is. In 60 days, in 90 days, I'm going to have every country with a deal when it takes 2 years for one fucking deal. Then he had to come out and say, well, I'm throwing all the tariffs on everybody, and that's going to be it. They don't want to come and talk to me. So this is going to be 50-50, 35-75. There's numbers that is running out of his head. Those are the deals. Those are not deals, bro. And everybody knows a deal is between people. If you're talking about a country, it's between the country's leaders and their people. You just throwing out a tariff is not something that these countries, and they don't care about that. Why would they care about that, bro? It's our country that needs the products. So it's us that pays the tariff. He don't even know this. And if he does know this, think about how much he's fucking over this country to get money out of us, making us poorer by lying to his people and saying that the other country pays for it. And they're too blind and sheepish to just read up. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to the people who are Democrats or liberals. MAGA, just go read an economic book. Go read one. Go get a conservative one, somebody that you really like, that you always spitting out. Go look at that. And I guarantee you, it's going to say a tariff is a tax on the American people. If the tariff is in America, going toward the other countries, is a tariff that the company has to buy the products from. If it's from China, if I'm the company that buys a product that sells it to somebody else in this country, I pay for it. You pay for it in the end. They're hoping that these companies are going to front load and be like, you know what, or front load their product, or they're going to be able to share the uptick. So if it costed them 10% when they normally had a 2% tariff or 0, they'll give you 5 and they'll take 5. That's what they're hoping. But that's only temporary. No company is going to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm going to take the whole 10% hit. That might be for 6 months. After that 6th or 7th month, your shit's raising up 10 or 12%. because they're not going to foot the bill. You will. The money they raise is from these corporations who are going to charge you to get their money back. And then some. Don't notice. Gas is up. Eggs is up. Bacon is up. Everything you just about buy is up. And it's sneakflation on most of it. It's 9 cents higher. 5 cents higher, not dollars. Because they're slowly creeping it up to that 10%. It's 0.5% now. You get used to that. Then sneak it up another 5%. That's how they do these things. Don't take my word for it. Go read it. Go learn about economics just a little bit. You don't have to be a genius of it. Just go research the things I'm talking about and you'll find it. And you'll realize, MAGA, you've been suckered this entire time, but you're so mad at the libs. The libs can never be right. But the reality is, you guys can never be right. Everything you spew is from the dipshit. And the dipshit is lying to you.
Many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, whose faces, who I know in many cases, otherwise, other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss, but especially this one right over here. But we had some good meetings over the years, right? Good productive meetings over the years, and we hope to have that in the future. But let's do the most productive one right now. We're going to stop really 5, 6, 7,000, thousands of people a week from being killed, and President Putin wants to see that as much as I do. So, again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No speaking to anybody. No questions answered. Nothing. Donald Trump left that shit so vague. Yet, though, this is the dude who talks about everything. I had to torture with the voice, man, to kind of like just... some people hadn't seen it. Not everybody's seen it. At least I don't assume that everybody's seen it. And I think it's our country. They need to see this stuff. They need to see what he's saying. Donald Trump is a person who brags about his accomplishments. He can't help it. He just can't help it. So right now, without actually coming out with a word of any kind of accomplishment, any kind of decision making, he can't handle not being able to tout everything that he's done. So he just comes out. We got some things we've done and some things, and there's some big, he goes, some things we haven't done, some big ones that we didn't get to. Yeah. You had his businessmen there, business people. Did they buy something from America? They invest in Donald Trump or something? Because why are your business people there, bro? I just stabbed my eardrums. Why are these people there, bro? I'm still trying to figure that out. Why are we making business deals when it's all about, supposed to be about Ukraine and ending the war? He did mention, how many lives per day they're trying to save. 5, 6, 7,000 a day. He can never stick to a number. He always goes up higher and higher. There's 5, 6, 7. If he got a chance to talk, he'd be like 8, 10, 11. If he got any more, he talked a little bit longer, it'd be 15, 20, up to 1 million lives we can save a day. It's just random fucking numbers that pop into his head. It's crazy. This is what he has. Putin has this man doing whatever he wants him to do. Whatever Putin wants this man to do, he does it. And we got to sit there and deal with it. I don't like it. I definitely don't like it. But it is what it is. Donald Trump is out here pretending to be a president. And you notice it said in that video at the top, I have never known somebody that has so much energy to force people into things. The name of this entire like venue, whatever you see in the background, when you saw them talking, you saw what the background said? Pursuing peace. They got this board behind them, pursuing peace, pursuing peace, pursuing peace, because he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. This is to look like he's doing something. This is Vladimir doing Donald Trump a solid to make it look like that something was happening. And it's all doing him a favor. There was nothing done at this meeting. Business, maybe. Transactions, maybe. Between Trump and Putin and Russia. Because why would he bring up the business people? They don't matter. Has nothing to do with it that we knew of. He brought up his people, American people, our people, saying that they were going to put these deals together. What deal? Explain what deals you got, Donald Trump. The American people deserve to know. But he says he's going to make phone calls to Vladimir Zelensky and other people who need to be called. Who are these other people? What deal did you come up with? And why can't you speak of it? You know Donald Trump would have spoke of it. But see, this right here, if you've ever watched Russia in their press conferences, they don't give like speeches at the end because, again, they control the media. So Vladimir Putin didn't want to answer any of these damn questions. Donald Trump would have wanted to do it. Donald Trump, again, played the simp. He did exactly what Putin told him to do. I don't want to answer questions. He did it. When to go look at him, you see the video at the end. Donald Trump walks over to Putin to shake his hand. You're the president of the United States. You're in the United States. He should be walking to you, bro. It's just the simp. It's just the simping I can't handle, y'all. There's no strength. I mean, and you don't have to be an asshole to show strength. It's just that you have to show some confidence. Donald Trump is always tripping over Vladimir, as if, you know, that person that you like in school that you was like tripping over, a girl, or that you liked her so much, you was just like every time you got around her, you fumble, you feel like you have two left feet. That's like what Trump acts like around this dude. He was so giddy to clap at this dude. What are you clapping for? What did he do? He got off a plane and walked down a red carpet just like you, bruh. And you clapped. Like you ran into a superstar. I don't know, y'all. We in trouble, dude. Take him, Jesus. Take him. Because, I mean, we should not be in trouble because of this dipshit. Our country should not be weak just because of him. And we got a bunch of beta males out here who are MAGA that want to feel like they're superior without ever having any kind of superior gene inside their body. It's painful, y'all. It is. We got here. Jay's collection says racism and hatred will be our demise as a country and as a planet. These things do breed truth and harmony. Yeah? We fall into a hole that, at least I see it. I can't say if anybody else, that we fall into a hole it's hard to get out of. Because these people really believe they deserve shit they don't deserve. Right, B Money? Total B-mail. Beta male. He looked like he was playing patty cake DJ. Ah, that's funny. It's so true. Oh, I got another story that I saw. I was gonna make a video about it. It bothered me last night, but I had to go check it out. Uh, Jillian, what's her name? She's at I want to say Anderson, but Jillian Michaels. There you go. Jillian Michaels, the fitness trainer. She was on Abby Phillip, and she was getting into it with one of the ladies. There was another white lady there who brought up slavery, right? And she was bringing it up in the context of, they're trying to get information, the true facts about slavery at the Smithsonian and, the black museums. And she was mentioning it, this white lady was mentioning it, saying that it was just a horrific thing, blah, 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 and they're trying to change it. So Jillian, she's going to jump in. Jillian Michaels going to jump in with her little paper she had in her hand and said something to the effect of, basically, she's tired of white people being blamed, white people bad, you know what I'm saying, and because of all the, the stories about what happened in this country. She tried to justify slavery, talking about so much percentage, 2% only own slavery. I know where she got that shit from, and it's not true. Not whatsoever. There's been a whitewashing of history for years now. Candace Owens was a part of it for a minute there. And she's actually in the cartoon with, talking about history. And it's basically saying, Christopher Columbus discovered America and all this other shit. It's all lies. All lies. He never stepped on America. He was in South America, not North America. It was just insane. And she was quoting all of these things about history. She was trying to say 2%. She's tired of white people being blamed for this, that, and the third. And it's like, ma'am, what are they supposed to do with history? Lie about it? They're supposed to just make up some shit and just say, oh, well, history. And then when you hear them speak, they're talking about history was, there was a benefit for black people in slavery. The cartoon says that, oh, you know what? Everybody owned slaves. So we say, no big deal, right? There's a lady I saw on TikTok earlier this week, or just earlier today, I would say, if it wasn't yesterday. Her daughter got a book from school, a history book, and it was written in 2002. So, hell, my kids were raised up on that book, possibly. I don't remember that book being at my house. But it talks about history in a way that it whitewashes it dramatically. I would say dramatically, because it literally makes it sound like black people were fine with slavery. And I'm like, these people are on a tear to destroy true history. I'm like, why not just tell true history and let it be? I mean, it's the history of the country. When we talk about the history that, where white people did great things, right? Created certain technologies. We don't have a problem with telling our kids and our families those things. It's wonderful. White people love that. But the moment you start telling the true history of black people, the things that black people should be proud of, how we fought and survived and all this other stuff, You guys talk about the Revolutionary War and how we had guns and we crept up on it, whatever. And in the Bible, we had 40 acres, 40 acres. We had to walk 40 days and 40 nights, and even though those are brown people, but still, you love your history when it looks like somebody's white in it, and things happen that benefited white people. But when it's a thing where it's black people and white people did horrific things to them, if it's natives or indigenous and white people did horrific things to them, they don't want to hear that because they don't want their kids to know that their ancestors, a vast amount of them, and the entire group, to be honest, that watched it and did nothing, they don't want to hear that. And it's like, well, how do you plan on solving something or having something never come back if your kids don't know what not to do? Because if you don't educate them on what this country should never go back to, when they have anger in their heart and they start to dial in whatever that is, I don't know if it's an innate, and I don't think it's innate to be hateful, but the moment that somebody does know history, like Donald Trump has studied history, and starts going down the path of dictatorship and putting people in internment camps and all this shit like that, if you don't know your history, which they want you to be, you don't recognize it. That's why this shit's going on. And a lot of Americans, they don't like it. They may be marching a little bit, but they don't know how close that is to Hitler. They don't want to hear that part. Say Hitler, and then they turn everything off. And it's like, yo, you really have to know your history to know where you're going. And that's why black people fight their ass off so that their kids know the history, and hopefully other people do the same, knowing the good parts and the bad parts of history. Then you know, oh, I see it. That's like back in the 1700s. No, don't want to do that. You go the opposite direction. But if you don't know it, you go off your feelings. Like, yeah, they're always talking about us. And nobody talking about you. You're not them. But if you start supporting them, you are them. Putting back their monuments. When have you seen Germany put up Hitler monuments? Or any other country that has had all these horrific things happening to them, that their monuments go back up with the things of the people who did the horrific things? It doesn't happen. It's not a thing. But in this country, for some reason, these people want it back. I know what the reason is racism. They want to bring it back because they've been lied to about history. And many of them know history. They just don't want to have it. Their feelings get hurt. So to solve their feelings, they rather put the pain on black people again so that they can instantly feel better, not realizing that lying about black people's history is causing them pain. They don't care about that. So that makes you more like your ancestors and not different. So by running away and saying, I'm not like my ancestors, you're exactly like your ancestors. Not even an ounce off of it. You're exactly like it. And the reason why you don't know it is because you don't know your history. And if you did, you would know the start of trying to change a country into, whether it be a dictatorship or whether it's going back into believing that white is supreme. Go back in history and you'll see how it happened. That's how slavery happened. That's how the Holocaust happened. That's how the indigenous people and natives were unalive. That's how that happened. If you don't know it, you can't recognize it. And if you do learn it, you don't want to learn it in the middle because it's hard to turn to go back. I'm just saying. Right, Dennis? Get guilty about the conscience and stuff like that about the history. I'm like, dude, it's just the history. Learn it and just don't repeat it. Admit to the fact that there were some wrong things, but Jillian was trying her best. She was trying her best on the CNN show. I saw the clips. I didn't watch the whole show. Trying her best to make it sound like it wasn't a thing. Even if it was, like, and there's a guy there. I don't know who the guy's name. I had never seen this young black gentleman. But he's like, he just looked at her. He goes, I didn't know it was like a, like a challenge to. I thought that everybody knew this, and you're acting like this is something new. And she's like, "Well, I'm not saying it's new, but you guys always say, always say, white people bad, everybody else good, but we always bad." I'm like, there's some things you guys did good, but it wasn't for black people. So you can talk about history, but when you want it to be good, then all you got to do is start being good. Be better than your ancestors. Just like anything else. Like we've had a good parent, a bad parent, or good uncle, bad aunt, good aunt, stuff like that. In our family, we got some good and bad. And we deal with that. We don't disown our family unless it just gets too bad, but we don't disown a family member. We just know uncle whatever is a trip, or this aunt drinks too much or whatever. You don't disown them, but you know who they are. You don't lie about them and say, "Oh, they're just great and wonderful." I'm like, yeah, don't get in the car with her, dude. If she ain't drunk, she ain't walking. You know what I'm saying? So you know what to do in this situation. And they're trying to make it seem as though, you know what your ancestors are like. Nobody's blaming you to be your ancestors unless you act like them. Trying to hide it is acting like them. Knowing what they did and don't want to repeat it, that's solving the problem. But Jillian's trying to get people to act like it never happened, or to say everybody had, 2% of people had slaves. I don't know why you're tripping off of it. And everybody did it. They did it in every country. Why do you talk about the white people? It's like, why are you talking about other countries when we're talking about America? We're not comparing ourselves to any other country, Caribbean, no other country when it comes to slavery. We're talking about our slavery, our chattel slavery. Has nothing to do with the other versions of slavery in other countries. And she's trying to justify it just so that she can say, everybody did it, don't be mad at us. Everybody did not do it. In fact, there was a small colony here in America that never had slavery. Not 1 ounce of it during the transatlantic slave trade. Yeah. One did not have it. They chose not to do chattel slavery whatsoever. They had to get every little town and area involved in it. This one place, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I don't know if it was. I'm not gonna say it because if I do, I get it wrong. But it's one place, you can look it up. One place in America that didn't have slavery during chattel slavery. They said it was wrong and didn't do it. All of the rest of them did it. So what that tells you is at the time, there were people who thought this was absolutely wrong to do to human beings. And they saw us as human beings. So the rest of the states in this country said yes. So there was a group and a faction that said no. So those were good white people. The rest of the country were horrific. Because they didn't own them didn't mean they wouldn't want to own them. They couldn't own them because they were broke. Go look it up. They used to rent out slaves to the average white person if they didn't have anything, whatever, to do it. They couldn't afford it. It was bartered. I'll give you my this slave and that slave for a day, and I get like 25% of your crops. You didn't own slaves, but you used them. Just know the truth. That's all I ask. Know the truth and stop trying to sugarcoat shit. That's the way we get to a better place. We understand that and we're on the same plane. Boom, we can move on. But don't get mad at your history. Don't get mad at us for reporting your history. If you're going to get mad at somebody, get mad at your ancestors for making that history, not us reporting on it. Makes no sense. Get mad at the storyteller, the truth teller, but ain't mad. You want to celebrate the actual person who did the shit. Makes no sense. Yeah, she's different. And guess what, yo? I didn't know this because I don't follow stuff like this. She's raising black children. How much you want to bet those children are going to be raised up to be Sambos? Raising black children. This brings up the conversation that should some white people be raising black kids? Because if that kid can't have any faith or understanding of their true history, and they're being whitewashed as black children to learn about history in a way that they don't even know their own history, or even the history of black people in the country they choose to live in, because I don't know if they're from other countries, but she's raising black kids. After this, they need to be checked up on, because I don't trust that at all. And she used to get rented out. Oh, that's crazy. B Money. Yeah, I haven't seen these books. The emoji. Oh yeah. High five or thumbs up. It might have been an FU. It's okay. Oh, it's just the straight facts. Don't chase it. Fuck your feelings anyway. I can't tell what it is either. And that's what happens when you get into your 50s, man. I'm telling you that right now. You be looking at these little bitty ass emojis. You be like, yo, let me put my glasses on. I can't even see what that thing is doing. My kids be laughing at me. I'm like, hey, you better pray you get my age. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give love to everybody in the room who the members. B Money, thank you for being a member. Jen James, thank you for being a member. Dennis Petro, appreciate you. Thanks for being a member. All these people, I'm thanking for being a member. Let me shout out your name again. Benny Loco, what'd you say? He's already absconded with almost $5 billion straight into his pocket. He should never have gotten that plane. It's a finger snap. Thank you, Benny Loco. You got good eyes. You must be younger. Either that, he got some strong glasses. I got glasses. I should probably put them on. But I see that. Demetrius, thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. So I go up to the top. What's up, Woke Mike? I see you. DJ, as always, thank you for being a member. We're going to have the show after this. I'm giving you about 10 minutes or so after the show. Yeah, Demetrius, trader. You're damn right about that. Seeing who else is a member of us here. I know. I thought I saw earlier at the very beginning. Let's see. Still going. Who else is here? Mark D. Mark D, thank you for being here. Much love to y'all. Y'all know how it is. It's been a crazy week. You know how you can support the show. I'll put that stuff up there. If you can't support the show, you see that on the screen, any place you can. We just got, I've been got my camera, I just set it up. So I'm going to have a new camera coming up probably next week. Hopefully a lot cleaner. You see all my flaws. It's all right. Vera's a member. It doesn't show. Thank you for being a member, Vera. I don't know why it doesn't show. We'll look into that. Thank you, Vera. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Sorry it doesn't show, but I'll look into it and see what's going on. And thank you, DJ, for letting me know. So you're the same age as my little brother, Drew. Okay, well, you got some good eyes. You got some good eyes, sis. I tell you that. Because it is mine, or my eyes are not. They're not. Where my glasses at? That's so bad. I can't even see my glasses. But yeah, what is this happening here? There we go. Trying to get back to the bottom. 8 months. Look at that. Whatever you do, do something. I'm 64. All right, there, youngster. All right, there, 64. She's seasoned. Thank you for Mr. Trevor. Great episode every night. Something new and different. Appreciate what you do. Thank you very much, Dennis. What is a good evening, everyone? Have a great weekend. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have a good, safe one. If you like old school music, I'll be doing some music later. 2 requests. It's on YouTube. No, YouTube on TikTok. Excuse me. It's on TikTok. Mr. Straight Facts 23 on TikTok. We do old school music. I play. I have fun. Do stuff like that. We have 2 songs I requested. Then I play my list. I play your list, and I close it out. On Sunday, we do the jazz and blues, but it's a shorter show as far as music goes. And then we watch an old school movie. So I like old school stuff. So I bring that in. And then we have, we got more members who just joined. Elizabeth, what's that? Elizabeth E. Moore, J. Over, Humble Hummingbird, Debco. Thank you for that, Jen James, for getting more gifting memberships. And so we do a lot. On Sunday, we do it at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's the movie and jazz music. Tonight, it's going to be around, 7:30, 7:45 when I get to the TikTok and do our music show, Chocolate Music Lab. Other than that, I'm here Monday through Friday between 5:30 to 7:30, somewhere in there, 8:30. And so you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. And I'll see you next week on Monday around 5:30 p.m. You guys have a good night. Be safe. Much love. And as always, I'll see you when I see you.